there, it's Sarah bringing you 12 more minutes of movement to help you stay active on even your busiest days. And today I'm just bringing you 12 minutes of stretching. Stretching is often overlooked when it comes to exercise, but it is vital to our overall fitness because flexibility helps prevent injury and it helps our body move with more functionality in both our workouts and our daily activities. So let's grab a mat if you'd like. We're all coming down to the floor for the next 12 minutes to stretch things out in the lower body. We're going to hold each stretch for 45 seconds, so we've only got 16 stretches because we only have 12 minutes. So take a seat. I'm going to start our timer. Stretch your legs out in front. We're starting with a simple forward fold. So you can keep those knees soft. If you need a little bend in them to help you fold forward, do that as well. Whatever works for you. Hopefully, at the end of this 12 minutes, it'll feel a little bit more comfortable to fold forward. You can rock side to side if you'd like. You can flex the feet, point the toes. You can pull yourself into the stretch. Whatever feels good to you for the next 18 seconds or so. Loosening up the low back and then down the back of the legs. At the bell, we're just going to bend one leg in front, the other leg behind us, so they're both bent to about 90 degrees. And we're going to start to loosen up those hips a little bit more. So bend one knee in front, the other leg behind you. Doesn't matter which one, we'll hit both. Twist over that front thigh and just walk the hands out. Bring the chest down. And we're just going to fold over that front leg. Try to keep that back knee down. And here you can rock side to side if it feels good. You can come up out of it if you need to. You can lean back a little bit if you want to stretch this back leg out a little bit more. But we will hit the quads later on in our stretch. So for now, if you want to stay forward or maybe a little up, maybe leaning back because that back leg is tighter than the front, up to you. At the bell, we're going to take this back leg and we're going to bring it forward and just set the foot down, either in front of the ankle, in front of the shin, maybe in front of the knee or all the way across. We're just going to take a twist. Opposite arm comes in front, back arm supports that spine, and just turn to look over the back shoulder. So we want to keep those sits bones down. If that means that this foot is right in front of that ankle and we're hugging the knee and twisting from here, keep those sits bones down, keep the spine long. Go where works for you. For 15 more seconds. Breathe in, sit taller. Breathe out, twist further. Loosen up that spine. Stretch out that hip if you've got that leg. Holding closer to the chest. 3 more seconds, and then we're just going to take this front leg, and we've got some options to either cross it in front, bring it on top of the calf, maybe bring that ankle to the knee, or if you're really flexible in the hips, you can pull the knees on top of each other. So wherever you are, try flexing the feet a little bit, and we're just going to bring the chest down and rock side to side a little bit, loosen up those hips. So find a fold or cross that works for you in this fold. Maybe that foot is up on the calf, maybe the ankle is across the other knee, flexing those feet, maybe those knees are stacked. And we're just leaning forward, maybe rocking side to side, loosening up those hips. At the bell, we've got another leg to come forward in that 90-90 stretch. So take that top leg, bring it back. That's not right. Switch sides. We want the other leg in front, chest down over the thigh, back knee down. And you can rock side to side here, feel a little stretch in that inner thigh as well. Just play with the stretch. Come up if you need to, lean back if you want. It's your stretch, your 12 minutes, your 45-second hold in each of these stretches. If you find a spot that feels really good and you just want to hang out there in any of these stretches, just linger, whatever feels good to you. At the bell, that back leg is coming forward for our twist. Take slow, gentle breaths to help the body come into these stretches. So find a spot for that back foot that keeps those sits bones on the mat. Whatever works for you today. Opposite arm comes in front. Back arm supports the spine. So press that elbow into the back and then turn the shoulder. If you feel that hip coming up too much, just adjust your foot and then pull yourself into your twist. For 18 more seconds. At the bell, we're going back to that cross leg fold. And this side may cross differently than the other. You may have more flexibility in your hips, you may have less. There's often one side that's a little stretchier than the other. Totally normal. Find a cross that works for you. Maybe a normal cross, maybe foot up, across the knee, or stack those knees. If you can, flex your feet and come forward. Maybe rock side to side, backing off the stretch when we need to, bringing that foot to a different position when we need to. Breathe through it as you exhale. Just let those muscles soften. When you hear the bell, we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together, keeping the knees wide. So in about 5 seconds, for a butterfly twist. We're going to keep opening up those outer hips, stretching the inner thighs here. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, hands to ankles. Use your elbows to push those knees down by pressing into those inner thighs, and then bring the chest forward. And here you can rock side to side if it feels good. You can play with where your heels are. You can pull them in closer. You can take them out further. It's your stretch. Find one that feels best for you, and then hang out there for about 18 more seconds. Slow breaths. Deep inhales, full exhales, allowing our body to come into these stretches. At the bell, we're going to keep one leg bent, extend one leg out, and just reach towards that ankle. Again, you can rock into it. You can flex the foot. You can point. You can pull yourself down. I want you to let that knee just fall towards the floor. This knee is soft. And if you need to bend, you can take a little bend as well. Whatever works with your flexibility today. Try to breathe into it. So as you exhale, go just a little bit further. Soften those muscles. Feel them lengthen. At the bell, all we're doing is switching legs. Here we go. Take the other leg out. Let that opposite knee fall towards the floor and just reach towards the ankle. This side may feel tighter. It may be easier to reach forward. Totally normal to not be symmetrical. Bending the knee if you need to, flexing the foot if it feels good, pointing it if it feels better. Let that low back release. And at the bell, we're going to come to one knee and one foot. So it may take you a second to get there. In 5 seconds, get ready to bring one knee down to the mat and one foot. So tuck one leg back, and the other foot is just going to come outside that knee. So it may take you a second to figure out how to get there. And then you're just going to press into this front leg. So we're going to lean all of our weight forward and then pull the heel down and stretch the back of that calf. So you can lean forward as much as you'd like and then really push that heel down into the mat. Let the weight of your upper body help you in this stretch. 5 seconds, we're going to lean back and stretch the thigh of that leg that's on the mat. So hands come back behind you. And then we're going to lift the hips so that we feel a nice stretch down the front of the thigh. So really take that hip, lift it up. Push into the foot that's on the mat and lift. And then sit your hips down towards the heel. So if that makes sense, lift the hip, then lean back and stretch the front of that thigh. For some of us, this may be a deep stretch. You might need to come out of it for a second. Maybe the foot is cramping. Shake it out and then come back into it, because we're going to sit the hips down and keep this leg bent as we extend this other leg out in front. So take a seat on the hip, extend your other leg out. And this one, you can take the knee back. You can keep it pulled up. You can pull that heel towards the hip. Whatever feels best for you, then lean forward and get a nice deep stretch down the hamstring. One more time. Again, flex or point, whatever feels best for you. Knee soft, maybe a little bend in the knee. This might be quite intense for some of us, so make sure you're not holding your breath. Deep breaths. We're going to switch legs for that calf stretch when we hear the bell. So take this leg and bring the knee to the mat. Bring the other foot by that knee. And then we lean forward. So take a second to get there and then lean over that bent knee and then press your heel down and get a nice stretch down the calf. We use our calf muscles all the time, and we don't often remember to stretch them out. So this should feel good. Play with the stretch. Get ready to stretch out that opposite thigh at the bell. Hands will come behind you. Then we lift the hips up and then lean back. So lift that hip. Get a good stretch down to the center of the thigh and then kind of lean back into that heel. If you're getting a foot cramp, stretch it out, shake it out. If your knees are feeling uncomfortable, take a second, readjust. We've got 18 more seconds for this stretch. And we're going to extend that other leg out in front. Ready to sit on the hips. Take this foot out to the side as you extend the opposite foot forward. And reach. And guess what? This is our last stretch. Your 12 minutes just flew by. Again, flex or point, knee soft or a little bend. You can play with that back leg wherever it needs to go. At the end of this stretch, I want you to extend both legs back out in front. So in about 10 seconds, and we're going to see if it feels a little bit more comfortable to go to that forward fold where we started. Take a deep breath.
Activity completed.
Take your leg out in front, shake those legs, and then see if it feels a little bit better to come forward. Little rock side to side. Awesome job. I hope you feel a little bit more refreshed to continue on with the rest of your day. Thank you for taking 12 minutes to get your body moving with me. And I hope you join me for another workout soon. Maybe you've got 12 more minutes to do another one right now that you're loosened up and ready to go. Or this is a great video to do after another one of my workouts to help stretch things out. Or maybe all you had today was 12 minutes, and that's okay. That's why I make these videos. So go enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.